Okay, so recording number 1 of LockDown. We are going to try and record a class with the dogs outside in their yard, obviously. So let's see how this goes. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me, but we'll give it a shot. This is Quaylon, and this is Jump. They're going to be joining us. Hi.
She's all excited that we're sitting on her territory.
All right. So let's come to a comfortable seat and get started. So starting to land in your hips. And if your comfortable seat is on a chair or on the couch, that's fine too. Bring your eyes to a close. Just start to settle in. Find your breath. Start to land in the here and the now, right in this moment. Practice a breath practice with gentle pauses in it. So starting to lengthen your breath nice and slow. Without muscular action, just kind of lengthening it with intention, with a nice soft torso. Maybe beginning to say to yourself, I am breathing in, and I am very slowly breathing out. And then begin to add gentle pauses. You're going to breathe in, I am breathing in. Gentle pause. I am very slowly breathing out. Gentle pause. To prayer heart space. Gently set an intention for your practice. If you'd like, you can use I am healthy and strong. And then bring your hands open like a lotus cup. Right in front of your heart, and bring to your foremind, bring to your mind whatever is bothering you most in this moment. Let it come to you, the center of your thoughts. And then imagine letting it spill into your cup. Give it a color or a texture. Imagine letting it fill up into your cup. Now we're going to send our cup overhead and let go for a moment. And bring our hands in gentle, soft circles and slowly bring them back down to our lap. We're going to bring our chin down towards our chest. Feel the back of the neck. Bring our chin all the way up to the sky. Feel the front of the neck. Chin back to neutral. Take your right ear over to your right shoulder. Back to neutral and over to the other side. Back to neutral. We're going to take the shoulders in a big slow circle. Really, really slow. Lift your shoulders all the way up to the ears and then pull them behind you. Squeeze, 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 squeeze behind you. Coming out, one more slow circle. And then inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms down. Inhale up. And exhale down. It's going to be challenging working with our dogs.
She's licking my face.
And then bring your arms up overhead and draw the elbows down with the exhale. Inhaling up. Exhale, drawing down. And then reach your arms up overhead. Lower the left hand. Ground the left hand down. Push the ribcage right. And we're going to take big, slow circles with this right arm.
I can't.
And then reach and pull. Warming up the arm. And then bring that arm over towards the left knee. And then take a big, slow circle. Land the right hand. Open up the left rib cage. Take some big, slow circles with this left arm. Reach and pull. And take this left arm over towards the right knee, sorry. And then come on down. Hi, pet the dog. And we're going to take cat-cows with our hands in front. So lifting, hollowing out the chest. And then bringing the chest back forward. So hollow out, bring it forward.
It's funny sitting on me.
Bring the hands out in front of you, flip the palms. Take really slow circles with the hands, trying not to let the arms move. Really slow, warm up the hands. Use the muscles in the hands as much as possible. Circle one way and then reverse your circle. And then all the way down and all the way up, over, and then claw hands. Bring your hands together apart, interlace the fingers, pull the fingers apart, and then take some movements with the shoulders. And then come on over to a tabletop position.
So you're gonna have to get off of me now.
So find a tabletop position, hopefully without as many distractions as we have. You're gonna move through your tabletop. So tabletop is your inhale and your exhale is sending your hips backwards. Now. Inhaling forward and exhaling back.
Real whole yard.
Tuck the toes, start to make it your movement, maybe lifting up off the knees. Today we're going to start to make this bigger. You can stay with simple. If you'd like to start to make it bigger, you're going to come forward, up to down dog. Forward to a high plank, down to a tabletop through tabletop. Inhaling forward, exhaling down dog. Inhaling forward plank, exhaling child. Inhaling tabletop, exhaling down dog. Inhaling plank, exhaling child. Through tabletop, lower the stomach all the way down and come to a crocodile pose. One hand on top of the other. Forehead down, stop. Shimmy the hips to let go. Sit. Sit. We're going to start to move and breathe here using the back muscles. We're going to inhale, shoulders up, and exhale down. And then bring your shoulders up to a hover, bring your hands to a hover, maybe even your feet, squeeze and hold. And then bring it back down to crocodile, shimmy the hips and let go. Pressing the hands out really wide. Find a position where you feel strong in the shoulders to start to press down into the hands. Tuck toes, squeeze the stomach, lift the pelvis, and then take little pulses really wide here. Maybe even coming up higher, as long as you can hold strength across the shoulders. And then send the hips all the way back. Child's pose. Here comes Doggie. Bring it on up to down dog. Down dog. Vicky's the yoga dog. She's chilling with us. Find a down dog that works for you. We're going to move here, so moving forward, inhale, high plank, exhale, down dog, squeezing the core, inhale forward, exhale back to down dog. Inhale, right leg high, bend the knee, bring it behind the right wrist. Set up for a little lunge, grab your blocks if you have them, find some movement. Send this front leg towards straight, finding some movement through the legs, feels good. Plant low lunge. You're going to bend the back leg, lower it down, and hover. Look, he's hiding from her under the chair. Lower this back leg and hover. We're going to lift and hover, squeezing the back leg, squeezing the front leg, maybe even coming up. Starting to make this a little more challenging. Bring out that front foot. Lower that back knee, untuck the toes. Let that foot land on the ground, and then feel like you're pulling it towards you. You may even lift up off this back knee. Feel the front of this left hip. You might need to wiggle this leg further forward. You can even lift up your torso, pressing into the right leg to make this right leg nice and strong. Lower the back knee if you lifted it. Send the hips backwards towards that left knee. Find an opening in the back of the right leg. Press the heel down, pull it towards you to activate the back of the leg. Come back forward on this front leg. Tuck the toes in the back, lift up the knee. Frame out the front. Press into the hands. Right foot goes all the way back. Three-legged dog. Take a giant circle with this right leg. Nice and slow. And then bring the right leg all the way around in a circle, stopping about even with the hip. So holding this leg out, flex the leg, hold it out, and then bring that heel towards the right hand. Little pulses forward, squeeze. If you bend the knee, the leg will be less heavy. I see you. And then bring that right leg back down, downward facing dog. Catch your breath. Sorry, clothing adjust. Catch your breath. Left leg, nice and high, three-legged dog. And then bend the knee. Step behind the left. And find your low lunge, find some movement. Come forward on this left leg with the weight. Lower the right knee to a hover above the ground. Lift up the torso, squeeze the core, and then little pulses here, lifting and lowering. Squeeze the legs really strong here.
A car drove past our house, in case anybody was wondering.
Back to low lunge. Lower the back leg, untuck the toes. Allow that right foot to come to the ground. Feel like you're pulling it towards you without letting it move. Fire up the front of the right hip. Press into the left leg to lift yourself up. Maybe even lift your torso. Squeeze and pull that foot towards you, opening up, strengthening in front of that hip. Lower the back knee, send the hips back towards the back knee. And find opening on the back of this left leg, pressing the heel into the ground, pulling the foot back to you. Dog here all over my hands.
Dirt on my mat.
And going forward, tucking the toes, lifting up. We're going to frame out the front foot, press into the hands, lift the knee, and send the leg all the way back, three-legged dog. Take a long, slow circle with this leg. And then take it all the way around until it's even with the hip, out to the left side. Flex the foot, make this leg really strong, and then little tiny pulses of the leg towards the left hand. Squeezing. Bring it back to three-legged dog, and then bring it down. Regular down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg high, bend the knees, step it behind the right wrist, drop the back foot down, and rise all the way up to a warrior two position. Find your grounding. So find your feet on the ground, lifting up out of the ground. Find your strength. Feel like you're pulling yourself up out of the ground with as many muscles as you can find. We're going to move and breathe here. So flipping the palms, inhale, rise the hands overhead, straighten the front leg, exhale, open. Inhale up, exhale, open. Land in your warrior two, drop the back hand. Lift this front arm all the way up, opening up that right rib cage. Bring your hands back to warrior two. Straighten up the front leg, trying not to lock the knees. So pressing into the ground with the foot, pulling up out of the ground with every muscle you can find. We're going to go to a floating triangle, looking for these muscles between the rib cage and the hip. So bring the right hand out. Extend the torso as far as it will go. Allow it to come a little bit further. Reach. Should be nice and tight in the core to hold this. This should be challenging. So hold here or take little pulses. Little tiny pulses, shifting the upper torso. Reach and hold. And reverse your triangle. Scoop that right arm back. Back to warrior two. Extend from the heart. Breathe. Pivot on the back foot. Frame out the front. Press into the hand. Right foot meets left. High plank. Breathe and hold in a high plank. And then lower the knees, send the hips back, child's pose. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back for down dog. Inhale the left leg high, bend the knee. Step it through, lower the back foot down, and rise up to warrior two on the other side. Find your base, lift up out of the ground. Get as strong as you can in your legs. Then we'll move and breathe here, flipping the palms. Inhale, straighten the front leg, lift the arms up overhead, connect your prayer. Exhale, open. Inhale up, exhale, open. in your warrior two. Drop the back hand, lift the front arm up towards the sky, opening up that left rib cage. Back to warrior two. Straighten up that front leg and hold. Get really strong in the legs. Pulling up out of the ground. Thinking about this muscle group between the rib cage and the hip. Squeezing your stomach towards the spine. Send the torso as far over left as you can. Reach and hold. Hover your floating triangle. And then little pulses with the torso or just hold. Sweep that front arm all the way back to reverse triangle. Slowly back to warrior two. Extend from the heart. Strong in the legs, lifting up out of the ground. Strong around all of the joints. Pivot on that back foot. Frame out the front. Press into the hands. Send the left foot back to meet the right. This time pick your high plank in a different hand position. Find a different position to challenge your shoulders, maybe bending into the arms and holding as long as you can do this without buckling. Breathe and hold. And then lower the knees and take a child's pose. Press into the hands, tuck the toes, down dog. Lifting the hips up out of the ground. Squeeze every muscle you can find. Loosen the face. Lift the right leg high, bend the knee. Bring it towards the right elbow. Lift and hover, hollow out the core. Breathe and challenge. And then lower the right foot. Find your low lunge. Get really strong in the legs. Inhale, rise all the way up, high low. Find a high lunge. Find a little feedback from the ground, from your joints. Get really strong and balanced. You may need to pop this back leg in. Reach up nice and tall. Move and breathe here first. So inhaling up, exhaling, opening. Inhale up, exhale. Open the elbows wide. Draw the elbows back behind you. Open the heart. Bring it down and hold. And then bring your hands to prayer. We're going to move through a balancing sequence. So bringing the upper body forward, starting to bring the weight onto this right leg. Squeeze and hold. Maybe you can pop up the right leg. Float into warrior three. Bend the left leg. Active leg. Bend the right leg. Take some little mini squats. And then bending the right leg, bring the left leg past the right and come on all the way up to stand. Hold. Cross the left leg over the right. Sit it down. Maybe even sit it down a lot. Squeezing the left leg, squeezing the right leg, lifting up from the core. Getting longer in the spine. All the way back up to stand nice and slow. Send the left leg past the right, all the way back the way we came. Warrior three. Bending the right leg, slowly lower to high lunge. And then lift up. Open the heart. Bring out the front foot. Press into the ground. Right foot meets left foot. High plank. This time, we're going to either lower the right knee behind the right wrist or come to the right foot. Squeezing the core, lifting up out of the ground with this right side. Find your side plank. Breathe and hold. Lift, lift, lift. Maybe lift this top leg. Maybe lift the left arm. Breathe and hold. Slowly bring it back through center. Over to the left. Left foot down. Right in line with the left hand. Lifting up all the way up. Stronger on this left shoulder. Then coming over. Maybe hopping. Bring it back down through plank. Lower the knees. Child's pose. Reset. Into the hands. Come on up to down dog. Inhale the left leg high. Bend the knee, bring it towards that left elbow. Hobble out the chest and hover. Breathe. And then lower the left leg, finding strong legs. Inhale, rise all the way up. Find some feedback. Find your comfortable position in high lunge. Reach up, nice and tall. I'm going to move and breathe. Inhaling up, exhaling open. Expression, hold. Hands to press. Bring your upper body over this front leg. Get really strong in the front leg. Squeeze the lower core. Pop up the back. Warrior 3. Bending the front leg, bending the back leg. The back leg is nice and strong. Hold. And then little tiny squats, half squats. Squeezing the lower core, bring that right knee all the way up to stand. Hold. Squeeze the right knee, right leg over the left. Sit it down for half turn. Top leg is active. Squeeze lower core towards the spine. Bringing that right leg all the way up, slowly back the way we came. Right leg past left, warrior 3. Bending into the left leg, lower down, high lunge. Lift and lengthen, express. And bring out the front foot. Press into the hands, left foot meets right, high plank. We're going to lower the knees and come on down to forearm plank. Pressing the hands into the ground, getting strong in the hands first, and then lifting the hips, squeezing the stomach towards the spine. Hold a high plank. You can stay here, or you can take little movements, bringing the chin forward and back as long as your muscles are engaged the whole way. Arms are engaged, shoulders are engaged, stomach is engaged for this movement. And then lower the knees and send the hips back. Armpits towards the ground, puppy pose. on up, down dog. Bend the knees, look towards the hands, and either take a bouncing steps or float lightly up. Forward fold. More fluffy. Forward fold. Take opposite elbows. Let your head hang. Let go of something. Tension in your neck. Take a deep inhale with the legs bent. Rise all the way up. Hands over prayer overhead. And bring your prayer down to your heart. Your dog go. And bring our prayer up overhead and send our prayer behind us, pushing our hips forward. So squeezing the front of our hips, pushing our hips forward, allowing our shoulders to come backward. Squeeze. Lengthen in the spine. Squeeze your hips a little more. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your legs. Bring it back to neutral, bring the prayer down to your heart. Give a little shimmy to let the lower back soften. And then taking a giant step backwards with your left leg, we are going to open up to the front of the mat. Toes out, heels in. You're going to do the other way because you're facing the wall. All right, we're going to move from star to goddess. So reaching up, inhale, exhale, bring it down. Inhale up, exhale down. You can start to bring mudras into your hands. And then bring it down to goddess. Make wise choices about how low you come. Let the legs nice and strong. If the shoulders are tired, just bring the hands down to the hips. Otherwise, you're going to hold the arms up, and we're going to move through the feet. So as slow as you can, lift that right heel to a releve, and then slowly lower, lift the left heel to a releve. Trying to keep the hips really still, so you're going to really squeeze the legs to keep the motion in the legs and not through the hips. Nice and slow and controlled, finding all the muscles in your feet, all the muscles in your legs. And then bring your feet down to the ground, legs straight. Take a little shimmy to reset. And bring it back down to goddess legs. And bring our hands behind us, and we're thinking about these muscles between the rib cage and the hips. Squeeze them tight. We're going to take our right hand, push it down, back through center, right, left hand down. Squeezing the core, scooping down, keeping the legs nice and strong and active. Bring your hands to prayer, holding your goddess. This time maybe bringing both feet to releve and hold. Breathe through the challenge. Lower the heels, and we're going to bring our hands to our hips. Slowly coming forward, fold with wide legs. If your feet are closer together, you're going to feel this more in the backs of the legs. If they're wider apart, you're going to feel it more in the inner thigh. You can also find your block and come to your block for the forward fold. Once you get down here, many options. You can just take it passive and hang out. You can press your feet into the ground and then feel like you're ripping the mat apart. Activate your legs. You can bring it all the way down. Rest your head. foot. Come here.
No one's even here this time.
From this position, we're going to slowly move our hips all the way over towards the right, and then slowly move our hips all the way over to the left. This is a really tiny movement. Squeezing the legs as you do this movement. Nice and slow. Control. And then we're going to start to make this bigger, bending the right knee, bringing your hips down to the right heel, bending the left knee, bring your hips down to the left heel.
Come here. Fluffy, come
I
here.
see you. Huggy, come here. Huggy, Kaylee, you look, be nice.
That's not how it's supposed to
If you like, you can go to your fullest expression, landing down onto this left leg, lifting up the right heel. Ninja pose. When you come to this pose, see if you can find ways to make it stronger. So you're really pressing into this left leg. You're pulling that heel towards you. Slowly move on over to the other side, landing on the right leg, lifting the left heel. And slowly back through center, bending the knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise the torso all the way up. And take a giant step in front of the mat. Tap it out. Let it go.
Sorry. Just trying not to kick Puggy and I kicked Fluffy.
Inhale, rise up. Bring your prayer down to your heart. Reset. Return to your intention from the start of practice. Imagine bringing your hands open to your lotus cup in front of your heart. Imagine filling them up with all of your worries. And again, sending them up overhead. And letting the hands slowly come all the way down to the ground, bending the knees. Letting go, pressing the hands into the ground. Step right foot back, left foot back. High plank. Bring the hands towards each other so index fingers and thumbs touch, making a little triangle. Come forward on the hands. Feel free to just meet me in child's pose and not do the challenge. Lifting up out of the ground, nice and strong. Every muscle you can find. Bend the elbows, and then take little tiny pulses here. Breathe. Lower the knees. Send the hips back. Child's pose. Nice.
You don't have to be a big baby.
Bring the upper body up. Come to a seat. Come to an easy seat. Get nice and tall in the spine. Check in, see how you're feeling from when we started. Land your heels on the ground. Get really tall in the spine. Place your left hand behind your left hip. You're going to let your heels come down onto the ground. Squeeze your stomach. Press into the heels. Sweep the right arm up and over. Lift the hips. Not easy with the dog in the way. Slowly sweep the arm around. Lower the hips. Place the right hand behind the right hip. No. Lift the left arm up. Lift the hips. Sweep down over to the other side. Land the left hand behind the left hip. Lift the hips up. Sweep down. Lift the hips up. Sweep down. Bring it back to center. We're going to face the left leg. And we're going to fold down towards the left leg. Maybe catch the foot. Maybe catch the shin. I'm going to try and feel like you're stretching along the top of that right hip. Slowly back through center. Face the left leg. Forward fold over the left. Bring it forward. We're going to go to reverse tabletop. So feet come down to the ground. You're going to bring your hands behind you. Bring your hands behind you so your fingertips are pointing towards you in whatever angle your wrists are most comfortable. You're going to try and squeeze your elbows behind you. Press into the ground. Lift up the hips. So lifting and hovering. We're going to bend the elbows and take little pulses here. Squeezing the core, keeping the legs strong and active. You want to make this harder, you're going to lift the balls of your feet off the ground. Pull the toes towards the shin. Lower the hips. Take a little reset. Take the feet a little bit longer, further away from you. And press into the heels. Lift the hips up. Same thing, squeeze and hold. And then bending the elbows, little pulses. Lower the hips, bring the heels out even further. Same thing. Lift up, hold, and then little pulses. Lower the hips. Bring the upper body up and walk the fingertips away from you. And then feel like you're pulling the chest through the shoulders. Lengthening through the fingertips, through the arms. Breathe. Opening the heart. And bring the upper body up. We're just going to have our hands, I don't know how to do this, on this down. Hands behind us so that we can hover. Squeeze the core, bring the stomach towards the spine. We're going to hover the right leg. This right leg should be nice and strong. Hold. Core should be tight. Lift the chest a little more to the sky. And then we're going to bring that right knee in and out. And then see if you can bring both feet to a hover. Toes pulled towards you. Legs are super strong. Squeeze the core. We're going to bring the toes down and up. Nice and slow and controlled. Bring the feet down. Lift and hover the left. Squeeze the core more towards the spine. Little pulses with the knee up and down. Squeeze that leg tight, tight, tight. on down to your back. Grab a block if you have one handy. Bring it on down to your back. Feet down, knees up. Take a little wiggle to get comfortable. Make sure your lower back is nice and comfortable. We're going to take the block in between our hands. Squeeze the block. We're going to take the block up overhead. Not letting it land on the ground, just hovering it. Squeeze the core so you're pulling the stomach really tight towards the spine. Now we're going to take the block over towards the left knee, not very far. A little squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Using your stomach muscles to lift this right armpit up off the ground and towards the left knee. Squeezing the block. And then go the other way, taking the left armpit towards the right knee. Squeezing the block. You don't have to do this with the block. You just pretend you're squeezing it. And then bring it back down. You can release the block for a moment. Take a little reset. And then bring the block back up to a hover just above the ground. We're going to bring that same movement, only this time we're going to take a leg into play. So, hovering and squeezing the block. Take the right armpit towards the left leg, but we're going to lift and hover this leg. So lift and hover, and then pull the leg up too. Leg is straight, hover. Leg is strong. Really hollowing out your stomach muscles. Lower the left foot. Bring your block back to center. We're going to take left armpit towards right hip. And then we're going to hover this right leg and lift and lower the leg as we squeeze. And then release your block. Let your block go. We're going to bring the knees in and give ourselves a little hug. Take the feet up to the sky. Point and flex the feet. Wiggle the toes. Do whatever feels good. Take some circles with your feet. And take the legs as long and far away from the hips as they can possibly reach. Toes stretch far, reach the arms up overhead. And stretch from the fingertips to the toes. Reach long, long, long. And then slide the feet over to the right. Slide the arms and shoulders over the right. Make a big banana on the ground. Open up the left side body. Slide the hands and feet over to the left side, opening up the right side body. And bring your feet back to center. Take your feet really long. Open your arms up nice and wide. Allow your shoulders to come to the ground. Let your head roll on the ground, taking out some tension in your neck. Letting go. And let that natural curve of your neck return. Let your lower back curve return. Let your feet soften. Your legs, your knees, your hips, your hands. Soften your torso. Soften over the front of your neck, into the jaw, into the face. Surrender into the ground. Land on that center point of the mind. Meet the thoughts. Noticing that you can notice your thoughts, and then noticing perhaps a little space in between the thoughts. amazing place. Anyone in this state should let us know while we're free to stay here. If not, you're going to bring your knee in at a time. Give yourself a little hug. And then curl on over in a fetal position, whatever side is calling to you. Connecting with this pose. Tuning in to your bliss layer, your truest self, the one that's capable of noticing the thoughts, the one that knows you're having these feelings, the one that is unchanged by your experiences, your spark of life, your soul. And taking your time, come on up to a seated position, bringing your hands to heart space. Connecting with this gesture, accepting ourselves as whole and complete exactly as we are. And thank you for joining us as we adjust to this new life for a while. May we know love, light, and connection.